Hi guys, welcome to the YouTube channel Clean Code. So today we will be dealing with the problem that is longest palindromic substring. This is an infamous problem and it is present across the various coding portals. It is on lead for Lead Code, Geeks for Geeks, and Hacker Earth, Hacker Rank, everywhere it is present. So we'll try to do it in a very simple way, and I'll try to explain it to the best level I can. So the problem is nothing but let's say you're given a string. Given a string is something like a b a b a b c, and now you're supposed to find the longest palindromic substring, and the expected output is should be something like a b a b a b, because if you include c it will not be palindromic in nature anymore. And by palindrome I mean, like, if you start from the midpoint, the left half and the right half should be equal in nature. So our basic approach would be to start from the very first element, like character A in this case, and then either move to the left of it or to the right of it, and then keep comparing the characters. So this could be done in other ways also, but this is one of the way that I find easy to explain, and it's already quite widely used, so I will go with this. So let's start with the problem. Basically we'll start with the main method, because we'll be giving our custom input for the first run, and then we can change the input as well. So let's say we have a string, and the string is nothing but BABABAD. Okay, so now in order to do this, I said, I'll be starting from the very first element. So let's say we'll write a for loop for this to start with. So for int I equals to 0, I less than s dot length. You can do I less than equal to s dot length minus 1, but that is not required over here. So I less than s dot length is sufficient enough. Further basic increment for the I, and then we are inside the for loop. So once you come inside the for loop, you will require to explore the left and the right head. So starting from the very first node, in order to move to the left or right, you need to write some custom methods for that. So I'll start with the writing a very method that will just explore to the left and to the right. So let's say we just name the method as explore. So let me write the method static. The return type would be string in this case, because we'll be returning a string from the explore part. So string, and then explore, let's call it explore. And inside this what we'll do is we'll pass the string. So first will be the string s, then there will be two int items that will be like the start length and the end length. So let's say int let's say high or high low, high low would do. So int low and then int high. So once you are inside this, what we can do is we can initiate the palindrome length to 0, because we are sitting right here, and the length is 0. So let's say it's 0. So int let's say palindrome length, or length of palindrome LP equals 0. After this the tricky part comes over here. So listen carefully. Now what we'll do is we'll write a while loop, and inside the while loop we will say that when we are moving to the left, then let me just write it down for you. So inside while loop, moving to the left until we reach 0. Okay, so what I mean to say here is, if we start from here, we will move to the left until we hit 0, because below 0 there is nothing. And similarly you can guess from this, if you move to the right, the maximum should be s dot length minus 1, and if we don't use equal to, then it will be s dot length only. Okay, so moving to the right, condition would be would be less than length of length of a string. Okay, yeah, that's simple enough. Let me just put a enter over here. And also one more thing, like I can just make it a single line multi-line comment. Just a moment. Yeah, it's already there. Alright, so there's one more condition to this. So like inside the while loop we'll also compare, like when we move to the left, let's say we start from here. So when we move to this part and when we move to this part, so we need to compare these characters as well. So for that we'll simply write compare the characters, compare the characters. Okay, so there are three things. Let me just mark them, moving to the right and this. So these 3 points you have to cover inside the while loop. So let's write the while loop. It's quite simple. Let me just hide this part. Okay, so while, once you are inside the while, first of all we will cover this part inside the while loop, moving to the left until we reach 0. So as I said, there will be a starting index and then ending index that will be coming up. So starting would be nothing but the left side of this, so left side that is coming in. So we'll simply write when until low is greater than or equal to 0, and let me do just proper spacing. This will help you read clearly. When low is greater than equal to 0, and in the second condition what we are doing, moving to the right condition until it is less than the length of a string. Okay, so until it is less than the length of a string, so that will be nothing but this high should be less than length of a string, right? So similar, we are getting the string here, so it will be s dot length. And also we just need to do one last thing, that is compare the characters at the index. So as I told you, like we'll be comparing the characters over here, like when we are moving either to the left or to the left or to the right, from anywhere, we just need to compare the characters. So then only we can say that it's palindromic in nature. So for that we will simply do like s dot caret low. Okay, so when I say low, that is the starting left side index must be equal to s dot caret high. So these two indexes are supposed to be equal, then only we can say that the string is palindromic in nature. So here you can see, like we are inside the for loop, and once you reach inside the for loop, what you will do is very simple. Like if you are inside this and these two are equal, then what you will do is like move the low to the one more left and the high to the one more right until these conditions break. Okay, so basically it will be low minus minus, high plus plus. And one last thing that you need to do is like you have this int lp variable, that is length of palindrome, that was initially 0. You need to increment it by 1, so lp plus plus. That's all inside the for loop that you need to do. So once this loop completes, there will be a length of there will be a lp length of palindromic string that is generated, and based on that we will take we will decide the return statement. So the very first thing we get is like if lp is equivalent to 0 0 or length of palindromic string is equivalent to 0 0, then what we are supposed to do is simple, like we can return a null string. Okay, or we are returning a string, you can declare a string and mark it null as well and then return. Otherwise in the else part you can write else. If it is not 0, then we can do is like return s dot we will use a built-in function, that is substring, s dot substring, and starting from the lower index we need to do a +1 for getting the right index, and then high. So that's all in the custom made method for the explode. So let's come again to this main method call, where we are we were starting to iterate from the left or to the right. like one by one we will explore each and every one of them. And once you are inside this for loop, so now what you can do is like you can divide the situation into two parts. The first is when the length of the string is even and when the length of the string is odd. So basically when I say odd and even, and there will be two different cases. So let's say we have a string odd, okay, and before moving forward, let's define a result over here. So that will be the final output that we will be printing out. So let's say string res equals to, let's say it's an empty string, okay. So for now let it be, and we'll just change it later. So let's say string odd equals to, now what we will do is like if the length is odd, then we will simply call the explore method, and we'll pass the required arguments. So let's explore. So inside this we'll pass first of all the string s, then we are supposed to pass the like three parameters, low and high, string low and high. So string we have passed, now low will be 0 by default, and high like high will be not 0, I would say it's sorry for that, it should be I, and then I, because every time the I value is changed, this will change automatically. Now if we'll write code that will change this res value depending upon the output. So you can guess from it, like if we get a palindromic substring in this, and the length of the string is greater than this, then we will simply change our string to like the string stored in res to the string stored in odd. So it's very simple. I'll just write the code. Odd dot length is greater than res dot length, then simply make the res equivalent to odd. So this way it will take up the value of the odd, and in a similar fashion you can do for the even part. So string even equals to, now you can guess it's explore, then pass the s comma I comma. So like starting index will be same, but as I told you, like if it's even in nature, so in order to like make for the even part, we'll just add 1. So we'll just add I plus 1. So inside this sorry, so inside this you'll do the same thing, like if even dot length equals to, sorry, if even dot length is greater than res dot length, then simply we can mark res equals to even, and whatever the case may be, finally the res will be holding the right value for like the longest substring, palindromic substring value, and we can simply s out the value of res. So let's say s out println and res, okay. So let's try to run this. Let me just control, we can run it from here as well. Actually I have increased the font size so that you guys have visibility on the screen and you can see, read the code easily. Yeah, so you can see like the output is BA BA B. So let's try for some other custom inputs. Let's say AC AC AC, then D and Z. So I think we are expecting AC AC and AC, okay. 3 times AC should be the expected output. Yeah, AC AC, let me just see, AC AC AC. Yeah, this is the palindrome, because the first and the last should also match. Sorry, my bad. I was expecting a different output, but yeah, that's the correct. So this is something that happens when you are passing custom inputs, but the code is correct and the output is also correct. Alright, so let's pass some more inputs, res, and let's say RESSER, or yeah, RESR. So we are expecting this output, right? ESESSE, right? Okay, let's try it out. So it's more like a hands-on coding session. Yeah, you can see ESSE. So that's the expected output. Alright guys, I think this makes the most of the program. You can see the program more here. I'll just hide it, and for you to take some screenshot or something, I can just reduce the size as well, so you can see the code in one line. Oh sorry, in one page, my bad. So I'll just decrease it to 10. Man, that's too short, man, sorry. It should be at least 20 for now. Yeah. So this is how the code looks like. Definitely cannot fit it into one screen at this time, but yeah, this is how the code looks like. This is a very simple problem. You can once you gain confidence on this kind of problems, then I think your interviews will be easy, and I have faced these questions in my interviews as well. I have cracked them, and yeah, pretty much if you start early, it's always good. So just keep on doing. DSS is really simple. You just need to put some time and effort into it. Anyways, all the very best, and I'm just trying to bring up some good contents on the YouTube. So yeah, feel free to go through my channel, and there are much more videos on that. Thank you for watching.